Hi guys! Today I just wanted to talk about some things that I processed the past 5 years. Most of the questions I get from you guys is asking about the inner child and wanting to know more about how to heal it. Many of you who come for the sessions don't have a background of how things work, so that's why you come. And I just wanted to make videos to talk about a few things. And today I'm going to talk about how to heal the inner child. What is the inner child and how do we heal it and why it's important to heal it. The inner child is our childlike aspect. It's the one that has stored all memories since birth. And growing up, this child was like a sponge, collected everything that it could in order to learn things, learn the surroundings, learn how things work. It's mostly our most traumatized aspect that we forgot how to have connection with. Why this aspect is so hurt and so traumatized. Imagine a child that knows nothing and comes to this world and tries to understand how things work. And there are cycles within cycles with people, relatives, religions, the system, the school, and all these kind of programs that go around this innocent child who knows nothing about this programming, comes completely free, completely open, starts to observe things, decode patterns and adapts to patterns and learns these patterns. And then whatever this programming shows, the child absorbs it and makes it one with its systems in order to be able to adapt and to grow and fit into this environment. Most teenagers and most adults are not connected to their inner child, to their heart, to their emotions. So they come with their own programming and they project this programming to this child. Don't do that because of that. Don't eat that. Don't go outside. Judgments, fears, false stories, things that project fear to this child. And all of a sudden, you see this child scared, puts up walls in order to protect itself. Because from what this child heard and experienced is like insanely fear-based programming from everything that is being bombarded with. And that comes the TV, the cartoons, all sorts of kind of things. You know, you've been through that too. So how can we heal this aspect? Most of us ignore this inner child. We don't remember how to gain its attention and how to feel balanced again, because if you're not in tune with your heart, then you're out of balance and you're always projecting out. You don't project inwards so that you realize your inner self, your inner universe, how you are, who you are, how you react, why you react, what are your thoughts, where these thoughts come from. You continue to reproduce these thoughts and continue on with this programming, and you never question this programming. You think, this is what happened, this is what I learned, this is the right thing. You never question things until, of course, you get to your adolescence, where you become a rebel and you question things and you say, no, enough. We need to heal our inner teen too, but that's for another video. There are so many things to say about the inner child, but I don't want to focus more on what the inner child is as to how to heal it, because when I explain how to heal it, you'll understand. The first step that we need to do, and there are many videos that talk about how to heal the inner child and what to do to reconnect with our inner being. I'm just sharing my experience and the things that I process and the way that I healed my inner child. For most people, during my sessions, they find it really helpful. So the first thing is to acknowledge, what are you feeling? What are you feeling right now? And always write things down. Always have a notebook, a diary, something like you can write, handwrite things, because it's easier to process things when your mind sees it written. Offer space to yourself to be able to talk to you. And what I mean talk to you, we need time for ourselves to go inwards and take this time to analyze and to observe and to connect with our inner being. It's very important. If you don't do that, you're always stressed, you're always sad, you feel so many emotions that get you overwhelmed in the end, and you have no idea how to heal this. And then you come to me and I'm like, okay, let's start from the beginning. So what do you feel right now? Write a list of things. You might feel stressed, angry, and then I want you to draw a line, and next to that to write, from where does this come from? Who caused it? Why is this feeling there? From friends, family, your boss, your spouse, teacher, anybody. Just write names. Maybe there are many people who caused this. Write all of these people, okay? It's very important to see what do you feel and who caused it, because you make a connection and you take action to reconnect with your emotional body and ask your body, where is this feeling in my body? Where do I feel it? Is it my heart? Is it my tummy? What needs to be released? Close your eyes. Go back when you were a child. Back, as long as you can remember. Who taught you first to feel this feeling by a projection? Who was like that and you were like, oh, okay, now this person feels like this because this happened. So this is something that I should do when I'm faced with this situation, because you saw it and you thought, oh, okay, that's how people deal with it here. So you take that piece, you make it yours, and then you grow up and you have this in you all of a sudden, and you have no idea how you took this piece and it's not yours. What happened? Remember. Allow yourself to feel this and fully dive into the feeling of it. Feel it all the way through. When you don't ignore your emotions and your feelings and you allow them to be in your body, you give permission to yourself to experience fully what comes to you. Allow it to burn you, to come all the way. If you feel stress, allow the stress to be in your body and say, thank you, stress, for being here. What am I learning by being stressed? Just feel it. Accept this feeling. Accept anger. Accept jealousy. It's there for a reason. Don't ignore your feelings. Say, yes, right now I'm fully angry. Right now I'm fully jealous. Right now I'm fully sad. Cry. Feel it so much in all of your body. And then it will go away. Because you allowed yourself to feel this and experience it. And this is how you grow. You experience this feeling, you grow. But you come to a point of where you need to heal your inner child. And what do? When you feel it and you don't know how to release it, you hold on to it because you think it's yours. And then you keep repeating the same cycles and not knowing that what you're carrying is not yours. So what do? When you realize something, when you understand why something is in your life, you then understand that, I am responsible for it. Not because I blame myself, but because now I realize that this thing that happened for a reason, because everything happens for a reason, and there's nobody to blame. You're not going to blame anybody who did this thing to you, because it had to be in your life so that you could grow through that experience. So when you understand it and you accept it, then you have the choice to let it go or to keep it for more experiences that will help you grow even more in a specific area in your life. Okay, this feeling is not mine to carry anymore because I took it from that person. And thank you, person, for helping me in experiencing this, but it's no longer mine because I choose to let it go, I choose to release it, and I no longer need this lower frequency to be in my life. I choose higher, more positive experiences and release it completely by sending it back to its source of origin. Sending it back to this person as a blessing for their journey ahead. Because everybody needs to grow, and yes, sometimes growth comes through pain, through the exact opposite emotion of happiness. You never know how the universe will get this person to understand this feeling and grow through something, because everybody is different and everybody needs different lessons to grow. Since that person helped you to come to this point where you realize that this is something that doesn't belong to you, you release it and you send it back to source of origin. And you bless this person for their evolutionary journey ahead. We make soul contracts with people before incarnating of who is gonna show us what and who is going to be a catalyst of change in our lives. It's not our first lifetime here on earth. We have many lifetimes. And if we are to experience these deep emotions that are really, really intense, there is a reason for that. We are all in different levels, and it's not to say I'm better than you. We all grow through what we go through, and it doesn't have to be something extreme. We go back to ancient times, to the ancient lineage of that origin, the origin of the ancestral lineage, that this first was experienced on earth. And we hold this energetic signature of that feeling in our DNA. When we go back, even that person who caused it to us, maybe we're related to that person and we chose that this lifetime you're gonna be that person who's going to teach me that. As I said, different soul contracts to heal this ancestral lineage. You first return this to its source of origin as the person who caused it to you, and then you forgive the ancestral lineage that this came from. And you say, I forgive myself and the ancestral lineage that this came from. I forgive you and I release you. I no longer need this lesson in my life because I've already processed it. I already took all that it had to offer to me. And now thank you for that. I forgive you and I release you. And that's how you release karma. You do a cellular clearing. You slowly start to build a strong foundation with your inner child. And you always ask your inner child, yourself. You may name this inner child. Let's say my inner child is Adriana, okay? And I say within myself, because we all talk to ourselves and it's nothing strange about it. Come on now, we have inner conversations with ourselves and we even answer questions, and it's not something to be ashamed of. It's like you have this child. It's like you are the parent of this child and you want all the best for this child. If you had a child, would you talk to that child negatively? Would you be abusive? Would you make hate comments to that child? Or would you care for this child and want your child to be healthy and happy? What would you do for this child? You are your own parent, so what would you do for this child that you grow in your heart? Talk to yourself like nobody talked to you. Honey, you don't have to feel like this anymore. I'm here for you now, and I'm sorry for not being here for you for so many years, but I had no idea how to connect with you. I love you. Remember how to be gentle. Be gentle with this innocent inner child. It's still within you, and it's usually behind walls, and you have to make the effort to connect with this child and talk to this child and say, hi honey, what do you feel today? How are you feeling? And then write down what you're feeling. It doesn't always have to be negative. What are you feeling grateful for? Talk to me, inner child. Tell me, what do you like in your life? What do you like here? How are you experiencing this life? What's your favorite activity? What do you love doing? All of the answers are in your heart, and the inner child is your heart. If you don't know what your skills are, your gifts are, your talents, it's because you never took the time to ask yourself, what am I good at? What are you good at? What are your talents? What do you love doing? It's not always go to work, be stressed, go, come back. Take the time to ask yourself early in the morning or late at night, how am I feeling today? How was my day? What am I feeling? Is there something that makes my heart race? Is this something that needs to be processed? Is this something that needs to be healed? What am I feeling? Am I feeling good? If yes, allow this feeling to bloom within your heart and write down what are you grateful for. I like the sunlight. I like the sunset. I like this food. I had a wonderful day today. This happened and made me happy. I'm so grateful for this experience that happened. And while you train your mind to remember how to connect with your heart, it will really help your mind to remember. In time, you're gonna be trained enough so that everything that you feel, it will eventually come up, right up, and you'll be like pausing instead of reacting, pausing and observing what you're feeling. Whatever goes on outside of you, you're going to be trained enough before lashing out. Come within you, find your center, observe that person, that reflection that the other person is trying to show you, and be still. What am I feeling right now? Breathe. Have compassion, be patient. Don't lash out. Everybody has their own issues. You don't have to lash out. You don't have to react. You only have control of how you react. If you don't react, it means that you passed this test. If someone is triggering you, if someone is making so mean comments to you, if someone is hurting you so much, see that. He's teaching you how to train and gain mastery through your inner self. If someone is so mean to you, first of all, you don't have to allow it. You can say enough, but say it respectfully. Even if that person is not respectful to you, this person is lashing out because maybe their programming, their inner child wasn't in the suit, okay? And you as a higher being, you as a light being, as a person who is working on themselves, and you're in a place where you can train yourself and you can teach others how to do that. Show in your reflection how it is to be this higher being. Hold the field. Respect yourself enough in order not to respond, and be love. Choose the love over fear or reaction. Express the feelings within yourself. You don't have to lash out to that person because you don't have to create karma. You know, when you say something, our words create, okay? Don't say that. Feel it. Allow yourself to feel angry, to feel hurt, to feel betrayed. You know, this is what the ego wants. To feel things. The emotional body, it's here for a reason. And if we ignore our feelings and we put a wall and we start lashing out, we don't grow through that. We just hurt the person. We are, mirrors. But you can be a mirror that shows how to be love. We have so many mirrors around that show negative emotions. Be the one who is going to be a positive one. And I know it's hard. I know it's not easy not to react. You might fail the first few times. But keep trying. If I did it, if I managed to come to this point where I don't allow myself to react and lash out, yes, there are times that I lose my temper and I say things. But now, in order to get to that level where I embody my night side and I'm like above limits, I have to be very triggered. Like, it has to be 6 to 7, 8 times repeatedly. Like if someone is repeatedly at that moment trying to make me angry, immediately my night aspect jumps into the suit and takes care of things. And see yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. And don't say that because you're a narcissist or because you say, oh my god, who do you think you are for saying yourself, I love you? First of all, you don't have to care about what other people say or what other people will think. It's just a relationship between you and you. So, go in front of the mirror, see yourself in the mirror, and say, I love you. And I'm sorry for everything that you experienced so far. And don't say that as a victim in order to cry. Say that and mean it. I am sorry for not being here for you. I am sorry for everything that you've been through. I was a child back then. I had no idea how to process these things. So I put up walls because I couldn't bear this feeling anymore and I had no idea how to heal it. But now that I am old enough to understand how I feel, I am here for you. Please allow me to love you and to be here for you. And always remember to talk to your inner child. Always. When you cry, when you need a hug, be your hug. Talk to yourself. You don't need anybody else outside. I know this might sound weird to some people. You might need others, but the first person that you need is you. Because if you don't have you, you will never feel this void within you. This void is here because you need yourself first. So that's the way to heal the inner child. It's called shadow work. It might be your ego that's hurt. But even your ego has an inner child. And the ego came here to protect the inner child. So it's inner child work. I no longer like to call it shadow work. Because it separates light and darkness, good and bad. Nothing is negative when you see it like yourself. I am you. I am the shadow. I am the ego. I am the hurt aspect of me. So what am I going to do? Am I going to judge it? Oh, you're shadow, so you deserve to be like that? No. I see you. I experience what you experience. Our shadow side, it's an aspect of us that lives in another dimension and experience past traumatic experiences that had no idea how to release. So we embodied this shadow aspect because we are the person who transmutes this and grounds this, heals it for itself and for the collective. Because as we do it for ourselves, we do it collectively. When we manage to find a way to heal this aspect, it goes to the collective consciousness, and anybody who is experiencing the same thing and decides that wants to change, it's available there for transmutation, for healing, because someone did it. I don't want to confuse you because I know some people are beginners in this, and if I say too many things about timelines and dimensions, it's going to be confusing. If you want more information about this, you can have a session with me. We can talk about this more. We can find ways to heal your inner child. If you've tried it already, we can talk about it and find alternative ways to heal your inner child. And if you want to know more information about that, I can help you in this. And I don't do that because I'm someone who, is teaching this. I'm someone who experienced this. And I was at my lowest point, but I managed to heal these aspects. And that's why I'm in this space, holding space for you to do the same and being here to assist in any way that I can. Because I've been through that, I learned how to do that. So guys, that's it for this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you gained something from that. If you want to talk more about that, contact me. If you want a session with me, I will leave links below in the description. And if there's anything that you want to ask or talk to me about, please do. I will be very happy to get back to you. And thank you for being here. I love you. Bye.